is going to be Belshir Vestige. Both players are readied up, so we are moving into this game.
All right, and this is going to be Belshir Vestige. As you said, a fun map. Gosh, I just love these animations.
They are pretty neat. Game Heart is a very, very cool.
I'm really excited to be able to use it. And, you know, also, just while we're doing it, go out on Twitter and follow the Game Heart Twitter account. They are awesome. Actually, he is awesome. Recently did a funding drive to redesign Game Heart. That's going to be super cool when it comes out. Definitely a big help to esports all around. But as we're getting into focus on this game, the lower right-hand corner, the victor of last game, he is a Zerg. He is wearing yellow. He is Spidersayer.
And in the top left corner, wearing the fuchsia, that's been a popular color today, it is the Terran player, Yoshi! Got to match your enthusiasm.
Yeah, I know. We got to raise it up a notch. It's getting late. We're getting tired.
I mean, we got to do some jumping jacks between matches. It's been we've been going for 12 hours.
I mean, whenever I get tired casting like this, I just go back and I remember that cast between with Day 9 and Husky when it was like MLG something or other, way late at night, games going on forever, and they're both like.
Yeah, that was quite loopy. I think were we attending that MLG when that was going on?
No, we were watching it in your living room. I think I had actually left, so I didn't see it, but you were texting me about it, and it watched the VODs. It was pretty fun. You know, I mean, when you get tired, you know, especially playing StarCraft, it's very mentally intense game, both from the casting perspective and the playing perspective, because we have to think of interesting things to say.
We got to keep you entertained. Obviously, the players have to focus. I mean, you've got the intensity of trying to win. We don't have to win anything, except for your hearts.
We're going to be here no matter what.
That's right.
Whether you like us or not.
But hopefully you like us.
Yep.
Hey!
So Spidersayer getting a little bit of harassment down here on the barracks of Yoshi.
But Yoshi quick to shut that down, and Spidersayer was forced to retreat back out. He's going to just try and do some denial of a expansion if that chooses to go down.
So quick gas here from Spidersayer, pool coming down as well. So I'm expecting some pretty quick speed or banelings. He's kind of showed either one. Last game he kind of got quick both.
Well, you know, he was just doing that very early aggression, kind of all in play, just trying to get in there. Luckily, he was able to get in there before that front wall went down, and then, of course, the lifting up the factory in an inopportune time allowed for Spidersayer to get everything in there, and that was just devastating for Yoshi.
And I think Spidersayer wasn't quite paying attention to that drone. He did get killed by the SCV with a couple shots from that Marine. Overlord is coming in, so he can see the timing of a natural expansion here, and it looks like Yoshi is saving up for it as he's got almost 400 minerals, going to plop it down right here at the natural expansion. Zerglings out for Spidersayer, speed on its way. I doubt we'll be seeing two quicker bailing this, as there is one drone still mining gas. Not sure if that's on purpose or an accident. Could be either. You
know, the nice thing about leaving a single drone in the gas is that you build up a little bit of gas and then you have options. So if you need to put down a quick bailing nest or you need to get a lair, you can do it immediately. It's kind of just like a contingency plan, and sometimes indicative of a build, but sometimes just allowing you to play reactionarily.
Yeah, Yoshi did finally get in there with that SCV. He saw that speed was being researched, although he does not know the timing. So he knows that's going to come. He sees these four Zerglings in here. Spidersayer needs to micro back the weak one, and the bunker does finish. So those Marines are going to jump on in there. This SCV, might be taken out. Nope, actually. So nice play by Yoshi there. Does save quite a bit of stuff. Putting down two bunkers at the front, knowing that speed is on its way. Does not want to fall to the same kind of.
Say it.
Actually, yeah. Nope. I'm not going to say shenaniganry. Looks like he did cancel that extra bunker there, though.
Yeah, I think that he was briefly anticipating the similar type of aggression. I think he was just, like thinking ahead and putting the bunker at the top of the ramp as opposed to having two at the bottom.
There still are quite a lot of Zerglings coming out, and he does have the orbital command coming out now at the top. This is quite the beefy wall here. He's like got the 3 layers of security.
Oh no! And that just inopportune timing for Yoshi multiple times now. Does bring that Marine out to try and scout ahead, and unfortunately it was low on health right when Spidersayer's Zerglings were coming in. But he does have that bunker at the top of his ramp, and now those Zerglings
He's hesitating to lift that barracks there, Gallegation.
Yeah, I can see. Well, I mean, now he's got the reactor in a spot where it's not going to matter if he lifts up because that's going to remain walled off regardless.
Oh man, that was certainly fortuitous for Spidersayer, but he does have a lot of lings. Baneling Nest is half done behind this, so he's maybe freaking Yoshi out a little bit here. Yoshi expecting that there's going to be something, but he does see a ton of lings on here, so you got to expect Banelings. Those two Hellions are on their way out.
It does look like he's going to try a similar approach as he did to the last game, and if it's effective, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, as they say. Marines are coming out to try and take care of that Overlord that was trying to get a scout in, and Spidersayer trying to capitalize on that a little bit with the Marines out of the bunker, but wasn't able to get much done.
Very quick layer coming down now from Spidersayer.
Well, I mean, I think that's actually really brilliant because he's scared Yoshi now. You see Yoshi is putting down like a double wall here because he's afraid of this Baneling attack, but Spidersayer's not doing that. Now he's just spreading out his Zerglings and getting his lair.
Yeah, I think this is a great play. As you said, I would actually not be surprised if he doesn't make a single Baneling and just goes directly for a third base and mutas.
Absolutely, yeah, I would expect the same thing. And Yoshi, is taking his time. He does have the Hellions, but now he is seeing that lair is in production, and I think that he
sees it finish as well.
Yeah, so he has an idea of what's going on, but it looks like he's waiting for a few more Hellions before he's getting ready to move out.
Yoshi's moving right into that mech play that we talked about and Spidersayer talked about. He said that his chances are best. He knows that Yoshi is a mech player, and his chances are best if he can just keep him contained. But these Hellions doing a lot of damage to these Zerglings right now. Yeah,
they absolutely are. They killed about half of them before Spidersayer realized that he should probably get back out of there, and now Yoshi is going to take that expansion, but it's at almost 9 minutes now, and so Spidersayer was very effective in delaying that expansion.
Yeah, and the Spire is now on its way for Spidersayer. It does take quite a long time for a Spire to finish, but if Spidersayer can just kind of keep Yoshi defensive, and I totally love what he did. I mean, as you said, and as I agreed with you, that he's freaking the heck out of Yoshi right now with the same play they did last time. Yoshi saw the Baneling Nest and all the Zerglings, and going right for the Spire is absolutely brilliant.
Yep, Yoshi is aware of that. That's what's going on, though. He does have an engineering bay finishing up, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some turrets coming down immediately following that.
But
slowly following
Yoshi is going to have a lot of Blue Flame Hellions, a tank here, so this is going to be. It really depends on the timing. I mean, the Spire is about to finish, so he still has to actually produce the mutas. But Spidersayer's got to be able to stay alive against all these Hellions, and there is a lot of them. He does not have any spine crawlers. He does not have any units here to do this. If he has a third base going down, I mean, this third base is really saving him a lot of time right now. And Yoshi very smartly moving right along. And gosh, I don't know what Spidersayer is going to do against this. These Hellions coming in just roasting away all the drones at this natural expansion.
There are 8 Mutalisks in production, but in the meantime, he has to deal with these Hellions. He is getting surrounded with the drones, but geez, the little repossession, and they all evaporate.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Spidersayer is going to do against this. These mutas are about to pop, so that is going to be his saving grace as the Hellions are moving. He needs to get those drones out of his main there. This is doing so much damage, even though the Mutalisks are attacking them.
Oh my goodness, and 30, 40, 42, 43, 44 workers killed.
Oh man,
46 is the total tally, and now a drop coming in to drop in a Hellbat as well. Those Mutalisks turning around.
Oh, and the medevac is healing the Hellbat. 2 more drones go down. Spidersayer in a rough spot. 14 drones to 41 SCVs. So these have to be the most valuable Mutalisks ever created in the history of StarCraft.
But Yoshi, again, showing how defensively he's playing. He has 2 missile turrets next to his factory, so that is not going down anytime soon. Producing Thors out of it now, building up missile turrets. So he is, again, just locking down his position. And but the Mutalisks are getting in there. These tanks are kind of, they're protected by that bunker too. So, again, just very well thought out placement of all his buildings here. He's going to be able to defend fairly well, and Spidersayer is just trying to get whatever damage he can done. But
this is going to be tough for Yoshi. Yoshi. He's got a couple mines out here now and a Thor, so now Spidersayer is going to be very careful with these Mutalisks.
Yeah, he's got to do enough damage to be able to keep Yoshi contained in his base while he re-drones.
Yeah, he's back up to 27 drones now, so he's getting there.
Well, you got 3 hatcheries, and as long as you're on those injects, you're going to be able to get a decent amount of larvae. So Yoshi going back to trying to defend all of his bases, or all of his things. Honestly, he's putting turrets by every building that he finds to be essential, really not allowing for any anywhere in, for Spidersayer. This is very similar to what we saw against HBOL.
Yeah, when we interviewed Yoshi after that match, he said, yeah, I just put turrets down everywhere because I don't want to deal with it, Yeah. That's very smart, especially against mutas like that. Mutas, it's the same thing as drops.
Speaking of drops, Yoshi does have one moving forward. There are 4 mines, and it's going into the third base. The Mutalisks did try to intercept it, but they were a little bit behind, and it looks like he had a spider sense but didn't quite get there. Spidersayer is aware that that's going on, though. He is trying to move his drones around, but the second one goes.
The drones are all right in range of that. Oh, huge hit on the drones. Spidersayer kind of lost track of those ones there.
And again, there's just a mine in every one of his bases now, aside from the main. And so now Spore Crawlers are going down, and Spidersayer is going to have a hard time dealing with this for the time being. He's got to get an observer over here. I don't think he has one at the moment. He's got one over at the base of his opponent.
Yeah, the Overseer is over at his opponent's base. But now Yoshi looking really good. Looking at the units tab, it is 38 drones to 51 SCVs. So Spidersayer was catching up. That one shot there on that the pack of drones that killed so many was really rough. He would have been pretty even considering that, but a queen and a group of drones heading over. He does have Infestation Pit. I'm curious to what his queen taking a shot there. I'm curious what he plans to do with that Infestation Pit.
Yeah, there's a number of things that he can do. Oh, but in the meantime, Yoshi is moving out, smelling an advantage. The tanks are moving out. Thors, Hellbats just streaming across the map, and all that's really there right now to defend are these 10 Mutalisks. So he's going to have a hard time engaging this directly. Fortunately, though, there's only really 2 Thors that can engage with the Mutalisks at the moment.
Yeah, he's going to have a real rough time. Those Thors do so much damage to those Mutalisks.
And they do have vehicle upgrades level 2 finishing right now, so they are going to be quite powerful.
Moving on in, he's going to have these siege tanks with the Hellbats. So, that's going to be really tough for the ground units to handle, and the Thors have to get up here to deal with these Mutalisks.
Those Thors are far behind, so he's going to get some free pot shots on these tanks and on the Hellbats, but the Thors are now catching up and sending their volleys off. There are a decent number of SCVs here to repair behind it, too.
Also building turrets to fend off the Mutalisks, too.
He does love those turrets. Magic Box going in over the Thors. I don't think he's going to have the DPS to deal with this, though. And there's the GG.
Yeah, just not enough Mutalisks. I was really afraid of, again, fixing our camera. I was really afraid of that, Spidersayer did some really cool things in the beginning there, but, going right for those mutas and seeing how many Hellions Yoshi was creating, he had, I'd say, a thin defense, but he had no defense, to be honest.
Yeah, he was teching really hard. He got that Infestation Pit, and but when he lost over 60 drones in that game, Spidersayer did. So it's really hard to bounce back from that. If you're spending all your money just trying to make money, then it's hard to defend against anything.
Absolutely. But that was a good game. That does bring us to 1-1, and we're one step closer to that best of 7.
Yep, and it looks like we're going to be going to Yansu for the next match.
So, we kind of saw the same build twice out of Spidersayer there. So, the quicklings, but he did a nice fake there, but, Hellions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Yoshi was, again, he got into his comfort zone. He was able to lock down his base, all his essential structures, and really prevent Spidersayer from getting in and doing any harassment. Those turrets, they really paid off for him in that sense.
Yeah, and especially even that bunker there. The bunker along with the turret really prevented Spidersayer from doing anything at that natural expansion. But even when we've interviewed both of these players recently, and Spidersayer said, I know Yoshi does mech. I gotta be able to, not let him sit back and do it. And he didn't. He just couldn't be effective in that because he just didn't have the defense to deal with the early mech things. But I think we're going to see some different things out of Spidersayer this game. I expect some roaches. I honestly expect the same thing out of Yoshi because he just really likes the mech, and we've seen that in all matchups too.
Well, frankly, Spidersayer has been a huge fan of Mutalisks throughout the tournament today. It really wouldn't surprise me if he continues to go down that road, but makes slight adjustments to his build in order to compensate for all the mech. But getting around all of those turrets that Yoshi loves to put down is going to be a problem.
Yep. While we're at it, go ahead out to Twitter and follow @WingNetSC, @Galligation. We're your casters. We are at Youmacon Anime Convention in Detroit, Michigan. This has been a pretty awesome experience. We're in the game room right now. This is, when I was told that when Youmacon was originally created that this was a fairly small endeavor, but it has grown to fill up an entire ballroom at the Renaissance Center here, and it's just packed full of people. It's a lot of work to get to the bathroom.
It is. You have to fight pushing people out of the